Caitlin Clark has shattered her own record, and now Indiana Fever tickets are selling out in minutes.
Caitlin Clark's record-breaking shot this season was from 33 feet.
Wow. This is Caitlin?
It's Caitlin.
With Fever games selling out in minutes ahead of a homecoming showdown, the hype is undeniable. Caitlin Clark has become the hottest ticket in town. Caitlin Clark had a sensational record-setting rookie season in the WNBA and stands as the overwhelming favorite for Rookie of the Year. Her impact on the game has been historic, driving unprecedented viewership at both the college and professional levels. The final 3 games of her college career were the most-watched women's college basketball matchups in history. Several of her regular season appearances even outdrew WNBA playoff games, and her pro showdowns with Angel Reese ranked among the most viewed in league history. Clark's rookie year wasn't just about stats, it was a movement. She's not only breaking records on the court but packing arenas off of it. Last season, the Indiana Fever saw a staggering 90-fold increase in ticket sales on StubHub compared to previous years. And now, as the new WNBA season approaches, the Caitlin Clark effect shows no signs of slowing down. She's not just a player, she's the pulse of a new era. The Indiana Fever currently boast the 10 most in-demand games on the ticket market, a testament to the Caitlin Clark phenomenon. 3 of those games, including the 2nd, 3rd, and 7th most sought-after matchups, are showdowns against Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky, fueling one of the league's hottest rivalries. The most in-demand game of the upcoming season is set for July 15th, when the Fever face the Connecticut Sun, normally played at the 10,000-seat Mohegan Sun Arena. This highly anticipated matchup has been moved to TD Garden in Boston, which seats over 19,000, nearly doubling capacity to meet the skyrocketing demand. Surprisingly, only one of these top 10 games is a Fever home game, when the Sky visit Indiana on May 17th. It's clear, wherever Clark goes, the crowd follows.
Thank you.
The New York Liberty and Seattle Storm already play in high-capacity arenas, but for the rest of the league, the Caitlin Clark effect is prompting major upgrades. Several teams have moved their Fever matchups to larger venues to accommodate the overwhelming demand. Even the WNBA's newest franchise, the Golden State Valkyries, is reaping the benefits. Their top-selling game of the season is when they host the Indiana Fever on June 19th, a game that has sold more than twice the number of tickets as their next bestseller. Their debut matchup against the Sparks. StubHub reports that ticket demand for the Fever remains nearly 500% higher than last year, a surge driven entirely by Clark's historic rookie campaign. Even preseason games are feeling the heat. The Fever's exhibition against the Brazil women's national team has reached record levels of demand, likely the most expensive ticket for a Caitlin Clark game to date. And in a full-circle moment, for the first time in over a year, Caitlin Clark will return to Carver Hawkeye Arena to play a game of basketball. And fans are treating it like a homecoming for a legend.
The Indiana Fever officially unveiled their schedule for the upcoming season. Caitlin Clark and the Fever will begin the 2025 season on Saturday, May 17th, taking on Chicago at home. The Fever will also play in the WNBA Commissioner's Cup between June 3rd and June 17th. The All-Star Game is slated for mid-July and will be hosted in Indianapolis. Season tickets go on sale on Tuesday, December 17th.
The Indiana Fever faced off against the Brazil national team at Carver Hawkeye Arena, the very place where Caitlin Clark rose to national stardom over 4 unforgettable seasons and cemented herself as one of the brightest stars in basketball.
All right, so the WNBA season is just right around the corner. The Indiana Fever have released their game schedule for the 2025 season, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Now, if does eyes might deceive you, yes. This season has 4 more games because the WNBA is adding 4 more games to everybody's schedule. So it's just 4 more times the fun. Now, after digesting this game,
anticipation reached a fever pitch when Iowa Athletics announced that pre-sale tickets for Caitlin Clark's return to Carver Hawkeye Arena would open on February 27th for donors and season ticket holders, with prices ranging from $60 to $200. General public sales, set to launch the next day with prices between $70 and $250, never stood a chance. Within minutes, it was clear the demand had overwhelmed supply. If there was any doubt about the hype surrounding Clark's return, it vanished quickly. Every seat in the arena was claimed within 45 minutes.
Clark from the logo!
The Iowa women's basketball page confirmed the sellout, with journalist Chloe Peterson breaking the news on social media. To ensure as many fans as possible could attend, ticket purchases were capped at 4 per person. But even with that safeguard, seats vanished in record time, leaving many scrambling for alternative ways to witness Caitlin Clark's return to Iowa City. While Clark's homecoming is grabbing headlines, she's not the only rookie making an emotional return to her college roots this May. Just 2 days before Clark steps back into Carver Hawkeye Arena, Angel Reese will return to LSU's Pete Moravec Assembly Center, where the Chicago Sky will face the Brazil national team. The former LSU star, who led the Tigers to their first national championship in 2023, called the moment special as she prepares to play once again in front of the Baton Rouge faithful. The Clark-Reese rivalry, which captivated the basketball world throughout their college careers, is poised to enter an electrifying new chapter as their journeys continue into their second year as professionals. In a fitting twist of fate, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese will kick off their sophomore WNBA seasons facing off against each other, as the Indiana Fever take on the Chicago Sky in the season opener. If the frenzy surrounding Clark's return to Iowa is any indication, fans are more than ready for the next chapter of this electrifying rivalry. Tickets for the Fever's exhibition game against Brazil in Iowa City sold out so quickly that resale prices for the event have exceeded those of many of Clark's official WNBA games. According to ticketing analytics company Victory Live, which tracks data across the secondary market, the average resale price for the Iowa exhibition was more than double the original retail cost. Victory Live also reported a massive surge in overall demand for Fever games in 2025. Average ticket prices for Indiana's home games have jumped by 114%, while road games have seen a 59% increase compared to Clark's already record-breaking rookie season in 2024. The numbers don't lie. Caitlin Clark continues to redefine what it means to be a game changer.
Also means the startup for Iowa basketball, and the Caitlin Clark effect is going strong. The University of Iowa announcing season tickets for Iowa women's basketball completely sold out for the upcoming season. It's the first time in school history that's happened. Single game tickets for the general public go on sale this Thursday.
The excitement surrounding Caitlin Clark's homecoming signals the triumphant return of the Caitlin Clark effect to Iowa City, with another sold-out preseason game for the Indiana Fever. Demand for the Fever's preseason matchup on Sunday against the Brazil national women's basketball team has reached unprecedented levels, solidifying Clark's status as a must-see attraction and driving even more fans to the stands.
Basketball story was Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, LSU versus Iowa. Last year, right? Bro, they're not even in the league. We're not talking about the W. Yeah. So when they get to the W, we're only talking about them because we've been talking about them for the past 3 years. They didn't even meet in the last season. They didn't even meet. They met in the semifinals, I think. Mm-hmm. And that still was a bigger talk than South Carolina winning a championship.
What network covers season? What network covers?
With tickets to the exhibition contest at the University of Iowa's 15,500-seat Carver Hawkeye Arena selling out in record time, the average resale price on the secondary market has skyrocketed to $440, a clear indicator of the immense demand and the magnetic pull of Caitlin Clark's return to Iowa City.
A fruitful season, both on the court and at the bank. Indiana saw a 265% increase in ticket sales year over year, a 1,193% in jersey sales, and 225% increase in corporate sponsorships. The Fever also made the WNBA players for the first time since 2016.
This marks the highest resale price for any game Caitlin Clark has ever played, whether professionally or collegiately. According to data provided by ticketing technology company Victory Live to Front Office Sports, Clark has shattered yet another record, this time in ticket prices. The game now holds the title of the most in-demand WNBA matchup on record since 2015. According to Vivid Seats, the average online resale price for the contest was an eye-popping $670, with fans traveling an average of 248 miles to witness Clark's return. Adding to the frenzy, the Fever recently released a limited edition t-shirt reading "Every game is a home game," which sold out almost immediately, a testament to the electrifying atmosphere Clark has created wherever she plays.
I mean, it's hard to justify paying for a courtside seat when you're not on the hardwood, when it's that expensive. Like, those are tapping in to some NBA numbers when you talk about getting a courtside seat. Now, I'm going to keep looking, and I'm going to get myself courtside somehow at an Indiana Fever game this season. Like, we're going to figure it out. But a supply and demand issue, we have seen it. There was also just a report where the Indiana Fever will be playing at Iowa for a preseason game against the Brazilian women's national team, and 15,000 tickets sold out in under 45 minutes. Like, this is Taylor Swift type of voodoo.
This highlights the growing support Indiana receives on the road, with several opposing teams shifting their games against the Fever to larger arenas in order to accommodate the increasing number of fans eager to watch Clark in action.
Transparency, I was looking up courtside seats for one of the Indiana Fever home games. Firstly, I could not find a courtside seat that is like first row on the hardwood. All of the courtside seats are like second or third row or fourth row, and they're in such weird places. They're like behind the opposition's bench. They're also, because these are resale at this point, like $4,000 minimum a piece for a courtside seat that is like not first.
One thing is certain, watching Clark play this season won't come cheap. As the game approaches, Victory Live's ticket resale data shows the average price for Fever away games has surged to $272, up from $171 in 2024. At home, Fever tickets are averaging $197 on the secondary market, more than double last season's $92. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark continues to break her own records. However, as the new season nears, some Indiana Fever WNBA analysts are casting doubts on Clark's sophomore year with the revamped roster.
Through a reckoning with women's sports and the WNBA in particular. So if you haven't seen this campaign from the Indiana Fever, it is the Now You Know campaign. Basically what that is hashtag FAAFO. Fuck around and find out. We're in the fuck around phase. Now, timing is everything when it comes to comedy and marketing. And what the Fever are doing right now is unbelievable. Now, check this out as a part of this campaign. Now, this t-shirt.
But Caitlin Clark wasted no time making a statement, letting her play on the court do the talking as she took down rivals. She boldly declared that the Fever have championship aspirations this season, following significant off-season moves after their early exit in the playoffs.
Indiana Fever absolutely got a new social media admin, and they are going crazy right now, taking no prisoners. Let me read you this thread. Some may think we've arrived because the world knows our name, but now you know recognition alone was never the destination. This is the start of something unstoppable. Our ambitions are bigger than headlines and highlight reels. Can we pause for the photo that they decided to use here? If you know, you know. From the court to the culture, we're redefining what it means to own.
If you want a t-shirt, I need you to make some noise tonight. Come on. You see everybody's out here. If you want them to throw you a shirt, you gotta make some noise. Come on, we can't hear you. Fever season right around.
This franchise has committed a wealth of resources, from building a state-of-the-art practice facility to heavily investing in the players and offering all the support they need. It's an exciting time for the current roster, and it's clear they are in a great position. But how much better can Caitlin Clark get? Let's break it down by the three key stats that often spark the most debate: scoring, passing, and turnovers. New York guard Sabrina Ionescu, now in her 5th season, offers the best comparison in terms of position, size, and skill, making her stats a useful reference, especially when it comes to shooting. Known for her logo threes and the ability to pull up as soon as she crosses half court, Clark had a solid shooting season in 2024.
Yes, she did. I mean, she had 23 in the first quarter. Oh my God, no.
She finished as the 20th best shooter among WNBA guards last season. Meanwhile, Clark's field goal percentage fluctuated during her time at Iowa, starting at 47.2% as a freshman, then dipping to 45.2%, rising to 47.3%, and finally landing at 45.5% as a senior. Given her trajectory, it's almost a certainty that her shooting percentage will improve in her second professional season.
It's been explicit so far about wanting to win a championship this year. And
yeah, I mean, absolutely.
What does success then look like?
A championship, and kept it moving. So the Fever said they wanted to win. They wanted to win now. They are on a mission. It's championship or bust for this team. I've told you guys my rankings of this team. I have the Indiana Fever in my power rankings as the second ranked team. I think that is how they will end this season. It might take them a little bit of time in the beginning to get their chemistry, to find their identity for this new team, but I do have high hopes for this.
In comparison, Ionescu's field goal percentage steadily improved over her first few seasons in the league, rising from 37.9% in her first full year, 2021, to 42.3% by 2023.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can really script it any better, and I thought we played really well tonight, and that our defense could have been a little better, but just to do it in this fashion, I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful to be surrounded by so many people that have kind of been my foundation and everything that I've done since I was a young little girl, and I started crying when watching that video just because, like, I'm just filled with so much gratitude and love, and the way these fans support women's basketball is so special.